how much your food and other things cost 100 years ago. 1. Housing. An average new house cost $6,296 in 1920. That's about $100,000 today. You were also taking more of a risk in buying a home then. Homeowners insurance didn't exist until 1950. Renting an apartment in New York City cost $60 per month. With inflation, that's $950 in 2023. That's still less than you'd pay to rent a single room nowadays. 2. Groceries. Food was relatively more expensive 100 years ago. For instance, a dozen eggs cost 47 cents. $7.44 today. A pound of round steak cost 40 cents. $6.33 today. 3 pounds of macaroni cost 25 cents. $3.96 today. A half gallon of milk cost 33 cents. $5.22 today. The current average is just $4. Butter cost around 55 cents a pound in 1925. That's $8.71 in today's money. 3. Beauty. A manicure only cost around 25 cents in the 1920s. In today's money, it would be $3.96. High-gloss car paint was sometimes used for painting nails. Automobiles were still new and fancy things. The trendiest hairstyle of the 1920s was the bob. To get the initial cut, it cost $5. Around $80 today. The upkeep was $2 per week. 4. Appliances. The latest entertainment medium was the radio. There were no TVs, so radios were quite costly. At the beginning of the 1920s, a new radio cost over $200. That's more than $3,100 in today's money. But by the end of the decade, prices dropped to $35. $625 today. A Hoover electric cleaner would set you back about $39. That's $676 today. A Frigidaire cost a whopping $285 in 1925. That would be $4,888 in today's money. Fridges were so expensive, they were only delivered by salesmen. 5. Music. Gramophones were sold in furniture stores. A wind-up Columbia Graffinola cost $85 in 1921. $1,345 today. A Victrola furniture and gramophone set was much fancier. It cost $150 in 1924. That's $2,662 in today's dollars. The cost of records varied significantly. They were very fragile, made of shellac rather than vinyl. Shellac records only had 1 or 2 songs each. Prices ranged from 85 cents, $15, to $1.25, $22.19. 6. Movies. Movie theaters were more affordable. A typical ticket cost 15 cents, $2.66 today. In 2023, the average price of a movie ticket in the U.S. was $10.53. 7. Cars. A Buick Model 2347 sedan cost $885 in 1922. That's slightly more than $16,000 today. A Ford Tourer was just $393. $7,140 today. A Studebaker Big 6 sedan was $2,475. Almost $45,000 today. The average price for a restored one today is about $30,000. Gasoline wasn't cheap either. A gallon of gas cost 30 cents in 1920. That would be equivalent to $4.75 per gallon now. As of 2023, the national average is $3.13. 8. Clothing. In the 1920s, a day dress could set you back $5 to $15. That's roughly $90 to $275 today. A beaded flapper dress cost $25, $457 today. A women's hat costs between $2 and $8, $34 to $145 today. Shoes ranged from $3 to $10, $55 to $182 per pair. A middle-class man could expect to spend $30 to $50 for a suit. That's equivalent to $548 to $913 today. Upper-class gentlemen would shell out over $100 per suit. $1,800 plus today. A dress shirt costs between 95 cents and $4, $18 to $73 today. Hats were $3 to $10, like women's shoes. But men's shoes were more expensive, between $6 and $12, $110 to $220 a pair.